All right, everybody, welcome back to the next round. This is race 8 of our W12 F1 series at Silverstone this week. I'm just going to be going through the driver's briefing before I hand over to the broadcast team. So, qualifying conduct is, of course, the main thing. We've not got anybody new in today, so that's what I'm going to be going through. Shouldn't take us too long, so if everybody could just make sure that they're paying attention to this, and then we can get back out for the last few minutes of practice leading into qualifying. Also, just want to say that the qualifying session has been reverted back to 20 minutes as it should be. Apologies for that last week. It was a series of things that meant it was like that, but it wasn't too much of an issue, so we'll be going forward with the 20 minutes. So in qualifying, the advantage of the track we're at this week is we've got a nice wide circuit, so it's easy for people to be offline. So that's my recommendation if you're on an out lap, just to make sure that you are offline at all times, which should be fairly easy. Obviously, if you've got big gaps behind you, then you can do what you please with that space on the track. But if whenever there's anybody nearby to you, if we're just staying offline, and then in the high-speed corners, so I'd say just turn 1, we need to make sure that we're sort of staying out of the way. Then we have the little section of turn 3, which is the first braking zone, through to turn 5. Don't really want anybody going too slow through there because it's a little bit tight and twisty, and you're using most of the road, so it is going to be hard to be out of the way. So if we just try and not go too slowly through there and make sure that we've got gaps going into there, I would say we have got the main straight, then the Wellington straight, obviously the second straight. Then we have the straight on the run up but from turn 8 up to turn 9, which is Cop. So you've got a lot of space there as well to sort yourself out. Then a little straight before we get to Maggots and Beckett's. And then the hanger straight as well on the back between turn 14 and turn 15. So you have got lots of space to make sure that you leave appropriate gaps. So that's the main thing I want to point out. I'll also say Magnus and Beckers, we can't be going too slow through there because in these cars you do use all of the road. And then the final corner, just want to say, if you are prepping for a lap and you're wanting to go slow through there, just make sure there is a big gap behind you because cars will want to use all of the road once again. But I think the main thing, as I've just said, is to use those straights to make sure that we're getting out of the way of people. And I don't think we'll have too many issues. Want to remind people about radio usage and text channel usage as well. We shouldn't be using them unless it's absolutely necessary. That's both the public ones and private messaging to other drivers. If there is any issues, obviously that can get reported to us. We have started to issue some penalties for that where people have been using it excessively and multiple times. So yeah, that's it today. Nothing really more than that to go out and ahead. Just saying, in the safety car today will be labelled as race director because I am driving it, but we have got other staff on hand helping with the stewarding. But just be aware that that's what it'll come up as on your radar. Obviously, we will announce that and just make sure we will announce that DRS is closed as well if that is needed, and then we will also announce where DRS is re-enabled. All right, I'm going to hand you over to the commentary team now. Thanks for joining, guys, and let's all have a good race.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Anti-Stall Racing race number 8 at Silverstone. We are just entering qualifying, and drivers are already out on track. Nearing the end of our season here in the F1 Anti-Stall Racing Series. Race 8 out of 12. It seems that tensions are starting to boil a little bit. Practice showed lots and lots of times getting ever quicker and quicker. And I think we're going to see the same thing today in qualifying. Today in the box, you've just got me, as a couple of commentators haven't turned up to commentate for us, unfortunately. Although, hopefully, it'll be a nice and interesting race. Welcome to everybody in the chat, and welcome to all our viewers. Currently watching Liam Kerr, as he appears to be the first one that will settle lap today. So today's race is a 50% race, which I believe means a total of 25 laps. One pit stop is mandatory with one compound change. The drivers will start the race on the compound they qualified in. Although in a race this length, there is arguments to say, whether you should need to change tyres or not. A set of softs, if you're good, can last the entire length of this race. And a set of mediums definitely can. But it adds a bit more tacticality to this, as Tyler Nelson sets the first time on the board of the 1:25, instantly beaten by John Peter Rund with a 1:25.0, 5/10 ahead of Tyler Nelson. So far it doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to get to that time that Rund has set. Still 5/10 ahead as more times come in. Stefan Hoffman next to lay a lap down. Let's go take a look at him. And he has gone into the pits, I believe, after abandoning that particular lap. Jumping to run gun for another hot lap here. Only managing to get a yellow in the first sector there. He's setting personal bests in Sector 2 and 3. So, oh, and Sector 4. We may see another time that will beat his previous here. And he does by 0.2 of a second, putting him down to a 124.8. And quickly teleporting back to pit there. Let's go back to Liam Kerr as he passes the line. Doesn't seem to have posted a lap there, which means he will have invalidated some time around the track. Monto Oval, 500ths behind the leader. And Paulo Lopez setting a 126.2. Oyvind just crossing the line. Apologies if I butchered the pronunciation there. And going P2 with 125.1. The closest anyone has got to John Petty run tonight. Just 0.3 away. Benjamin Seiss now coming up. Another front runner currently visible on screen in his traditional livery. Setting personal best for every sector so far. And going P3 with 125.1. Just 0.02 behind P2. And 0.3 away from the lead. Going straight back out for another lap. We see Liam Kerr has finally put a time on the board there with 126.0. Now going to go and look at Tyler Nelson. Currently P4 on the board. But not managing to beat his personal sector times. And Wanto Oval has just started a new hot lap, setting yellows for sector 1 and 2 there. So the only driver currently setting personal best is Troy Banks. So we're going to go over to him. Let's take a look what he's doing. set 3 green sectors there. And he did improve slightly, but didn't improve enough to change position. Hans Schlogel now out there, setting a green sector 3. And he just managed to put it into P7 with a 125.8.
James, the black flag has been cleared.
And then we heard from the race director just clearing someone's black flag. Obviously, a mistake had happened in game. Benjamin Cease, let's go take a look. He's just got up to P2 there by the look of it. Increasing his previous best time by a small amount. And one of 2 drivers in the 124s now, although at the very, very top end of the 124s. Liam Kerr on another hot lap. Send 3 green sectors. Hopefully this last one will be a green as well, and he'll definitely improve. And that he does, slotting it up into P6 with a 125.6. Tyler Nelson almost using this as a practice session now with the amount he's been out on track. Not improving though. Although he doesn't necessarily need to improve that much. He's in a good place. He's in P4 right now. Now we see Ngot Carnegie on track, setting personal best. I think it is his first lap out though, however, as he did join a little bit late. So there's a bit of a trend with Mr. Nguyen here. Every time we show him a stream, he ends up crashing the car. So all the best luck today, and hopefully he gets some decent enough moves for us to actually look at him without him crashing. But generally, as we were saying in the last stream when he crashed, he actually does really well in a race until we look at him. You know, he tends to start medium far down the grid, but usually works his way up at least into the top 5. So he will have had an off track on that lap, which is why he didn't post lap time in, but it seems like he's going again. Already on 2 green sectors. And he will finally put a time on the board, I think, now. No, he must have had another off-track again. Obviously pushing it maybe a little bit too hard here. Now he has got traffic coming up and locks the rears. James Dawson with 2 2 green sectors there. Not moving from his 12th position. Liam Kerr with 2 green sectors. Let's take a look at how he finishes tying up this lap here. Tyler Nelson finally starting off a good lap with a green sector. The first green he's put in for quite a few laps now. Clearly the practice he's getting during this qualifying is helping. But doesn't manage to keep it up in the next 2 sectors. Let's see how he ties it off to end. Oyvind currently P3 and 2 green sectors, so looking very good for him, although he will have to shave off around 4 tenths to get himself into P2 and a whole 5 tenths to get himself into P1 here. But it's looking good. He's got 3 green sectors. If he can get this last sector as green as well, then it's looking really, really, really good. Benjamin Cease going for another one. But pulling to the side as he realises it's probably not the best lap he can do. Wanto Val now out as well. Green first sector for Wanto. And that concludes our qualifying. Drivers now on their last laps. Looks like Wanto has given up here. Liam Kerr still on track. And Tyler Nelson as well, just behind him there. So Liam Kerr currently in P6. Green Sector 4. Green Sector 5, as there's a bit of a connection issue, does overtake Tyler Nelson going to P5. So Tyler Nelson has got to wrap this one up well to get back ahead. And pulls over. But it appears Ngok Carnegie is going to get a chance at this as well, as he was also out on track, I believe. Not getting any qualifying telemetry for him, so not quite sure if he was just on an outlap or not here, because as soon as he crosses the line, then it'll kick him out. Just kicked everybody out now anyway, because the waiting time has finished. There's 25 seconds now until...
Alright, everybody. Just a reminder to take it easy. Lap 1, we've got a lot of space on the track and a lot of laps to run. So, yeah, have a good race, everybody.
And that was our director again, just giving a bit of last-minute advice. So here's our starting grid today. John Peter Rund in P1, Oyvind Haugland in P2, Wanto Oval in P4, sorry, Benjamin Season P3 just in front of him, Liam Kerr in P5, Tyler Nelson P6, Hans Schlogel in P7, Anthony Serrano in P8, Alaric van der Bos in P9, Troy Banks P10, Paulo Lopez P11, Stefan Hommen in P12, and just behind them is James Dawson in P13 and Ngok Khan Nguyen in P14. As you see there, P15 is the safety car, currently driven by our race director. And welcome to Ule, who just joined us as well. Thank you for saving me from having to commentate and also push buttons simultaneously. It was getting rather difficult. Excellent, excellent. Well, we're about to get it kicked off here as the last drivers join the grid. That's 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5, and away they go. A little bit hesitant there, seemingly. Looks like Oyvind got a fantastic start, overtaking John Peter Rund straight away. Someone went off at the back there. I believe it was Ngok, and Oyvind has maintained the lead. Yeah, Liam Kurt's managed to get up to P4 for a second there. Alaric van der Bos and Tyler Nelson look like they're in some sort of battle. And after a rather intense first lap, oh, as I was about to say it was dying down, we get a spin from Tyler Nelson. Safely rejoins using the pit exit. Rather smart move there. Yeah, past Paulo Lopez and Hans Schlogel now that was. Hans Schlogel pulling the move and looks like he's made his stick. Oh, apologies there. A couple of sound issues. You should now be able to hear my friend Ule here. Apologies, everyone. Give us a test for me.
Yes,
Yes, that's working fantastic.
It's perfect. All talking for nothing. Perfect.
Looks like John Peter Rund's catching. Sorry, Benjamin Cease is catching John Peter Rund here. He's well within slipstream.
And as I said last time, it's Oivind. He's had a pretty good gap, but it's about 7/10 now from my quick calculations on this Monday evening. So still DRS for Rundy, but let's see how long he's gonna be able to have that. He still has long battle ahead of him with Benjamin Cease. It seems double slipstream for Cease. Not going to be able to do anything right now on this occasion, but Cease is another small straight coming up here. We've seen a lot of bells here in real life as well as in anti-stall racing. Some of the other series we had the first season of F1 was actually on Silverstone as well. I remember the only real thing I remember from that race was the safety car that we had, making good use of the automatic car and safety car and iRacing, as he's right on his tail now. It's gonna be having DRS once again. What about Rundy? He's also having DRS, so not gonna be gaining as much as he would have otherwise. Of course, would have loved Rundy to be a little further behind.
That was Stefan Homan trying to do a double overtake there, I think. And it looks like he's probably going to catch Troy Banks as well this time round.
And see, it's been created some small gaps. Of course, it's still close between all of the drivers, but not close enough to become a gap every corner.
We have a couple more guys joining me now in the commentator box. So we went from just myself to now 3 commentators. So it's going to get exciting now, I think. So everybody, welcome Ramsey and Scott.
Hello. Good evening. Yeah, let me just move that so I can actually see what I'm doing.
So, what have we got to catch up on so far? Oivind out in the lead, has it?
Yeah, Oivind overtook off the start line into P1. It was John Peter Rund who qualified first. And honestly, it's just been a bit of shuffling around. Nothing really drastic has happened yet. It's been quite nice for the drivers. They're obviously racing hard, but not too hard. Although Oivind is going to try and get a move here. Again onto Peter Rund, who seemingly at some point did get the position back, so it's a 3-way battle for P1 right now.
God, it's really tense at the top. All 3 of them within about a second, about half a second of each other. They're 3 wide. Oh God, that is not going to end well. Oh, they've just about made it work, and while all the time while this is happening, Joan Valley is just pulling them in, and Liam Kerr. Like both of those, I think, race winners already in this series. So it's this is just going to be chaos. You can see that Oivind started this lap in the lead, and he's down to 4th, and he's down to 5th. Oh, it's just the squabbling is just bringing everyone so close together.
I unfortunately can't see the timing, which is helpful.
I can give you the timing right now, good sir.
That would be very helpful.
Ooh, there we go. Yeah, so you can see that
It's just getting closer and closer between every single driver. Thank you very much.
I think that's just about managing to kind of split away a bit. There's a few. Never mind. Never mind.
That's Benjamin Cease going for P1 here, and he's finding it difficult to make it stick.
He's done it, and now Jean-Pierre Valley is looking right up the back of Jean-Peter Rund.
Oh, and another one's joined the fray. Liam Kerr.
Oh my god, this is the closest racing that I have seen in this series so far. I think they're just starting to leave Oyvind behind a bit, but Liam Kerr going through. Oof.
But he must get an overtake here with the sort of slipstream these cars generate. Oh, that was nearly a Hamilton Verstappen moment right there.
Proving that you can make it round that corner 2 wides. Feel like this is just going to sit as a DRS train for a while, as everyone is just pulling closer and closer together.
So, in that case, I'm going to go back down the field a little bit. Let's go down to Stefan Hoffman, who is currently in P9, and seemingly making some moves. Nice.
That was
there.
Make that P8.
That was perfect timing to switch as we just
he's gone. He's taking it back down the inside.
There as well by Paolo Lopez.
He's compromised his exit. He's going to be under pressure going down into probably not turn 1, but probably down to turn 3 here. He is right behind him, and again these squabbles mean that Paolo Lopez has had a chance. He gets through into Troy Banks. It's Troy Banks getting through into 9th there.
The top is still sticking within that 4 or 5 tenths gap between each other.
Paolo Lopez and Troy Banks side by side yet again. Paolo making the move stick almost, but a switch back from Troy Banks.
Sticking with him, he's going to get the run out of the corner. Who is who? That is the question.
Troy Banks is the Troy Banks in the black car here. Oh, again side by side,
keeping it on the track. Switching it with him, keeping it through the corners. Is he going to stick with the DRS out behind him, or is he just going to fly past?
I think he may try and fly past right here.
DRS closed. Try and get him up the inside. No, backing out. Bit of a wider line into there. You might get him back off into turn 1. I'm very confused by the SDK timing. The top 3 all within 2 seconds.
It's P2
Even
now.
all within a second of each other.
P3.
I think Liam Kerr is going to have a look at the inside of Jean-Peter Rund, and he's made that move stick very well. It's going to be a bit of pressure maybe down into turn 9, but yeah, it's decent gap as well. Good exit from Liam.
Still keeping with him, John, into the corners.
Yeah, I think Liam took a tiny bit too much curb going through Stowe there, and it's unsettled him a bit and just allowed Jean-Peter Rund a nice run down here on
Banks. The
Wellington Straight.
Going back up to the top here, Liam Kerr has just been overtaken by Jean-Peter Rund. It's almost difficult to know where to look at the minute.
I think everyone is just scrapping like mad.
Oh, this is Liam going into the pits according to the timing.
Oh yeah, Liam Kerr into the pits.
I wonder if he's trying to play the long game or if he's just going to try and keep out and abuse the clean air and stay away.
I'm not sure he's going to get much clean air going that far back into the pack because
he is probably going to come out behind Anthony.
But with a fresh set of mediums, which he's just put on, that was very close to the pit wall.
Yeah, almost on Grosjean.
He can go the rest of this race now without having to change. So, never know. If he's fast enough, he will catch the leads again.
We're starting to see some gaps for him here.
But not between Paolo Lopez and Tyler Nelson. They're still going for it.
yeah, I'm about to say, still within a second there.
Sorry, Troy Banks, who is currently ahead of Paolo Lopez and being rapidly caught again.
Just have to see how long these tyres last for them before they have to dive back into the pits to switch out.
And talking of tyres, let's drop some of those on screen so we can see what everybody is using currently. So it looks like the top 10 are all on softs. Liam Kerr, who has just had his pit stop, is on mediums. And Ungut Carnegie, who is unfortunately out of this race now, was also on mediums.
Oyvind managed to get past Rantour Valley there and then dive straight into the pits.
Oh, good job, iRacing cameras, showing us a blank wall.
Things we love to see. It's two of them in the pits, a third maybe coming in behind at the end as well. We just have to see what they switch on to and see how the tyres are going to work for them.
I'm probably going to butcher the name, but Stefan Homan, is that what we're going with? Has managed to get past Alaric Boss as well. Just there. Alaric is kind of hanging on at the back
Warning
there.
for car number 9 blocking and moving in the braking zone.
That was a warning for car number 9 for moving and blocking in the braking zone. Car number 9 being Stefan Homan.
Stefan Homan.
Yeah. And Alaric Boss has managed to get back past him as well. So, it's very close racing there.
We're seeing this gap close down even faster for P5. May potentially be a multi-lap battle for that position. Is it 14 laps remaining we've got?
15 laps remaining.
15, I can count.
Yeah. Troy Banks is making his way right up through the field there, getting past Stefan Homan.
We'll have to see the exit that he gets back onto this Hamilton straight to see if he's going to pull this gap even closer to is it Alaric he's behind?
Yes, that's right, Alaric van den Bos.
I mean,
Alaric is just
much.
pulling away.
So now's the important
everyone
moment
dives for the pits there.
for Liam Kerr, because he's already changed his tyres, and he's only made it back to P6. He's going to get P5
Go up
here.
the inside. Clean pass through the corners. Will have DRS on the straight.
He might do. Let's check. He hasn't opened
No.
it.
If he did, he's not opened it. See if he can make these warm tyres work for him instead of the hards?
I think probably
Mediums?
Let's check it out. Let's have a look. Tyre compounds. Nope, I'm still waiting for telemetry data to be sent in. Obviously, everybody that's pitted is going to have to cross to the next sector for it to be transmitted.
They look white to me, or is that yellow? I can't see.
Oh,
That is yellow.
Yeah, that's yellow.
That is yellow. Just have to see how fresh Liam's tyres are compared to Jon's. With the DRS forcing him onto the grass slightly. Oh, and contact! Spinning out into the gravel. Hopefully he is not out.
Safety car deployed.
Safety car deployed. That was from the race director.
And I'm not sure if it's just perfect timing or maybe a bit too late, but Troy Banks has just dived into the pits, and so have all of the leaders.
Really quickly, we're going to take a replay
What
of
happened?
this.
You drove into me.
I believe this is the moment it went all wrong.
I swear you're moved over.
Where are we?
This might not be the moment. Let's take a
I think it's just a bit before.
Should we let the safety car pass, or should we go a whole round?
Oh, and he's vanished.
Oh, yeah, okay. So some telemetry had a bit of a mess up there. Let's just go back to live.
I think Roy may
You
have
guys let me pass. I think.
a long pit stop. The timing has completely died for me.
Yeah, because we've got a different car class out on the track, it sometimes goes a bit weird, but as soon as it goes back in, it'll sort itself out.
I'm going to go inside and then we'll make sure the lap cars get let through.
Excuse me for a second, I just need to change a couple of settings.
Was that the ads for cars to pass? I assume this is the cars just collecting themselves against the back order before we get back to the race.
That's correct, so he's going to be letting back markers pass and reach the back again. So yeah, a few of them get that lap
So
back as well.
I think the only one who isn't on the same lap is Knock, and he may be out of the race.
Yeah, he has been out since the beginning, 6 laps back, so no back markers are going to have to pass. But this is...
So just be...
Go on, sorry?
So we'll just be collecting all of them, hopefully for the restart, depending who has got the perfect pit stop timing for their tyres not being completely dead.
So this is Hans Schlegel, who will be at the end of the pack here. And he'll quickly come up to the rear of these guys. Hopefully he can put his foot on the brake hard enough to not go smashing through them all.
Let's hope we don't have any collisions under a safety car.
It is always very embarrassing.
Also means more work for the stewarding team. How far back is Hannes? About 10 seconds, we're thinking?
I can show you.
Oh, the timing has got up, so it's about 11 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, so...
So yeah,
He's going to be catching very quickly. He's not too far behind now, only a couple of corners back.
So it's going to be maybe the end of this lap. Safety car goes back in. I guess we'll find out.
It'll either be this one or the next, hopefully, so we can get back to racing.
But yeah, you can see definitely a few of the people who chose to pit maybe a bit later have benefited from that. Though I'm not sure how far down the field is Troy Banks. He's down in 11th. I'm not really sure what happened there because that was a really long pit stop. He was right up at the top.
Did he not get? Was he not the one that got spun?
Yeah, you're correct. It was Liam and Troy with the contact, with Troy going into the wall.
I thought it was Jean Peterunda.
You may be correct. Was it John?
I think it was John
I guess we'll
Peterunda.
have to find out when the protests start coming in.
Let's see if there's anything in the penalties for us to look at. I don't think there is.
I mean, it did just kind of look like both of the cars were kind of just came together. Yeah, it was Jean Peterunda and Liam Kerr.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So that may potentially be why John is still on the softs.
I think we're back green. I think the safety car's gone in.
It looks that.
Oh, not quite yet. It's still on track. It's just that Benjamin was holding them up a lot then for a moment.
I think Benjamin is going to try and keep that as big of a gap as he's pulled. Appears to have pulled a 2-second gap already. Nope, they are still under safety car.
I don't know why I started holding them up. As I mentioned to these guys quite often, if you're listening to the stream, remember that everything we say is completely separate to what the race director's saying, so our opinions may not match.
They often don't.
Even the opinions.
Car number 9 has had an issue there. He's in the pits.
Just because we had an incident,
Stefan dropping down the order into the pits.
1 lap longer, so it'll be in at the end of this lap.
He's back out, potentially going.
Okay, so we did have
on the softs.
We did have the race director over the radio then. Because apparently there was an incident. They went on for 1 lap longer.
That does mean DRS will be
Fair enough,
disabled
makes sense.
until we re-enable it. We will say when it is enabled.
Okay, that was the race director. Just reminding the drivers that the DRS is disabled until they re-enable it.
So let's just hope that the DRS doesn't give them too much of the toes down the straight so they can keep close together throughout the start of this restart.
Okay, leader will take control at the previous lap at the exit of Maggots and Beckett.
It was the director letting them know that the exit of Maggots and Beckett's is when the leader will then take control, allowing the safety car to zip off straight into the pits.
I've just wound it back there, and there was a little incident under the safety car down on the hangar straight between Paolo Lopez and Stefan Homan, with one of them, Stefan Homan in front trying to weave and warm his tyres. Paolo Lopez just underestimated how much he was going to actually weave and just spun both of them round into the barriers. So there's a bit of damage to both of them there. I know Stefan jumped into the pits. I think perhaps Paolo stayed out. So but yeah, that was why the safety car got extended there.
Okay, the safety car's in the pits. We're about to see a restart as he passes the final corner. Benjamin Seiss here in P1.
Let's see how Benjamin does with this restart. It doesn't seem to have pulled too big of a gap. Everyone's pretty close within each other.
I think it looks like Oyvind Haugland and Liam Kerr are the close ones. Liam, maybe having a little look at the inside, decides not to, but really, really close. Liam seems to be in the thick of it in this race. I think constantly within a second of a car, and maybe if the focal point of a couple of incidents as well.
Jumping to run, going for an overtake here on Alaric van den Bos. Doesn't look like he went for it, kept it a bit safe. We know that Jumping to run is incredibly quick here. He was top of the timesheets for qualifying.
He does still have the soft tyres. Can we recall if they are new soft or if they are old? Because that will...
They will be new soft tyres. John is out of position now because of the incident with Liam where he ended up in the barriers. So he'll have hopped into the pits again, swapped those tyres out for a set of softs, and will be probably on his way to the end of the race here.
So we've just got to see how well that John can keep these soft tyres going to see if he can keep them directly to the ends.
And there he goes, I think.
That's Stefan around the outside of Alaric, or is that
That was
John?
Jumping to run around the outside of Alaric.
Oh, okay, yep. That makes more sense.
Job done. You've got to think that he's going to be looking forward rather than looking back.
Yep, Stefan Homan also got an overtake on Paolo Lopez right there as well. Liam Kerr now looking at Oyvind. Easily in the slipstream and definitely within DRS when that reopens again.
Yeah, it seems like you can see Oyvind really snatching the brakes, locking them into a couple of corners there. That's not gonna help him at all. He's I think he's got a run on him here. He's going to look to the inside, Liam. Oh, side by side. He's going to have to go the long way round. Oh, there's a bit of netcode contact there. I think that's so unlucky.
That is a very unfortunate contact for Liam.
Another incident for Liam there. Unfortunately, he has been in 2 today that have dropped his position.
I think that was really unlucky. Liam, I think is from New Zealand, right? And I think the ping has really bitten him there. That's just really, really unfortunate. He wasn't that close. That was side by side and good racing, and just unfortunate.
Liam Kerr's got the Australian flag on SDK right here.
That's Australian, my butt. Either way, similar ping there.
Absolutely.
Similar ping problems for Liam, but that's just an unfortunate one. Another driver out of place though. I think he's got some front wing damage as well.
John looking to make a move on Tyler up round the outside. Is he going to stick with him or keep back? Sticking on the inside, hopefully to make the corner through here. Miles in front, hopefully going to keep that onto the back straight. That's not the back straight. Huge dive from Liam. clearly, easily through, and he's vanished.
Nah, there we go. Bit of a ping there.
A bit of the snatch of the brakes from Paolo behind him as well.
Oh, bit of a mistake from Troy going a bit too deep onto the apex there. But he's still catching Anthony Serrano.
Will we see Liam making it past Troy? Not Troy, Paolo? Or was that Stefan? No, that's just a random colour change.
Oh, that was because Stefan got an off track. That's what you saw there. Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
So actually, Liam Kerr and Paulo Lopez did actually get an overtake there. You know what? Let's go watch that. Let's go see what happened there.
Stefan on significantly near tyres. Oh, just losing it in the corner and keeping it off of the line.
Going back live. We've got Anthony Serrano looking at getting a move on Alaric van der Bos here.
A bit wide, keeping onto the runoff, side by side. Hopefully no netcode through the next corner.
Turn 1, you can't really go side by side through there, so yeah. Anthony Serrano manages to get that done. I think Alaric backed out a bit. But they're really close heading down to the Wellington Straight here.
The DRS should be open in the next lap, potentially? It seems to be open already.
Yeah, I didn't get that message myself, but yeah, interesting.
That's either them breaching it or we didn't just not get the call.
Well, everybody used it, so
let's hope not all of them cheated.
Yeah, we've got a 5-second time penalty post race for Paulo Lopez for that collision under the safety car. So that was a bit unfortunate. I mean, at the time I did think he was a bit there. Ooh, was Troy Banks going side by side? Ooh.
Makes
that was Alaric Boss again. I think Van der Bos. It's a bit of a
move.
Just
side by side yet again. And Troy Banks holds on to the position.
Oh, he's right under his rear wing here, though.
Edging closer and closer.
Into turn 1. He's got the racing line. He's got the racing line. It's so difficult to try and kind of stick around the outside there. They just sweep past you. You just can't carry enough speed. Whereas it's basically flat, but he's lost the rear end.
Lost it.
He's lost it all on his own as well. Oh, it's a gutting feeling, really.
Alaric going for Anthony Serrano now.
Keeping with tighter onto the apex. Was that Alaric we saw him pass? No, that is Alaric.
Anthony Serrano. So Alaric's in the yellow car there. Anthony Serrano just behind now. Looks like he might try and take it back as well.
I think he's let him.
He's gonna
not going to dive up the inside of Cops. We've seen that go badly before.
Will hopefully stick with him onto the DRS and pull past him potentially into the corner.
Yeah, heading down the hangar straight. He has dropped back a tiny bit there. Oh, he's really reeling him in. Don't think he's going to be close enough into Stowe.
Not close enough this time. Maybe on the start-finish straight, depending on the exit that Anthony gets.
I think you'll have to have a mega exit from here.
He's
closed right up, but. Oof.
Okay, so match up front here. Oyvind, P3, looking. Oh well, Jumpy Throug's looking behind him, and he's looking at Wanto in front of him.
Wanto does not have the DRS, so this is just going to be a train down. We'll have to see how this goes for John and Oyvind. Love looking at the tops of the cars.
Thanks.
Creative camera work from the production control there. Brilliant. You love to see it.
It's called art. Okay, it's called art.
Yeah.
Once again, John and Oyvind getting closer and closer together while sitting behind Wanto.
Oyvind is right on the back of him here. He's probably going to go for a move down to Stowe if he's not already passed on the straight.
He's having to go around the outside from the defence from Wanto. Oyvind makes it through easily.
Yeah, sweeps around the outside. And now John Peterunda is going to be looking at Ovale. Probably maybe aiming for turn 3 if he can get a good enough run. Closing up through turns 1 and 2. He's gone to the inside. He's going to go for a lunge. He's there. He's got the room. There's a bit of contact. He's still hanging on, but he's just been forced a bit out wide there. Now onto the Wellington straight. DRS open. Joanto Valley knows what's coming. He's going to try and make him go the long way around, but he's so far ahead. But he makes it touch. Oh, there's contact. They're both off the track. They're both off the track. Oh, Jean-Peter Rund going all the way onto the grass, no control. He's lost the position. I'm not sure if there's going to be any damage between the two of them, but that was just a bit of. Oof.
It was a bit of an ambitious move into the. What is the corner name? I am terrible with corner name.
It's Brooklands.
That one.
Yeah, Brooklands. You can see Jean-Peter Rund is going to have another go at him down onto the hanger straight here.
Potentially dumping everything at him to get past him. DRS open. Doesn't have a huge gap in between them. Isn't going to make it work this time. Potentially down into the chicane.
They've just about got a big enough gap. But it was turn 1 and 2 where Jean-Peter Rund had a much better run through the corners and closed right the way up. We'll see if he can do it again. He seems to be just kind of holding line astern for now, but closes right up mid-corner. And a compromised exit there for Joanto Valley. So he's going to have a poor run down here into the Wellington straight, and maybe we might see another repeat this time. Jean-Peter Rund looking to the inside, but not quite close enough.
While this is happening, Oyvind has managed to pull a huge gap in front of them and just run away with it. Potentially keep this to the end so he doesn't have to worry about either Wanto or John coming up behind him.
Yeah, but you can see from the lines that Ovale is taking that he's definitely losing time to just trying to run those more defensive lines, keep Jean-Peter Rund at bay. But again, look at the speed difference here. He's definitely got him down into Stowe. But even before Stowe, he's already passed. He just made it look easy. There was DRS, but you've seen a few times where DRS just hasn't been enough. But that was just such a better run out of Maggots and Beckett's to line that up. And you've kind of been seeing that over the last few laps as well. That kind of Jean-Peter Rund has had kind of a better run through these kind of fast corners like Maggots and Beckett's and Abbey and Farm turns 1 and 2 as well. And he's just been able to carry the speed through it and really threaten Joanto that way. Joanto will have DRS, see if he can maybe get back at him.
The issue that Joanto is going to have here is the fact he is on older medium tyres, while John has still got these fresh soft tyres going to the end with them. He does have a 5 to 6/10 gap in between each other. Hopefully John is not going to be looking in his mirrors and trying to be keeping ahead. We're just going to have to see how this plays out for them. Looking at the timing, there is a very, very close gap between Anthony and Alaric, fighting for P6.
On screen.
Oh yeah, side by side through Maggots and Beckett's there. Anthony Serrano really committing, but they're going to be going down the hanger straight. Line astern. This is so close. Alaric van der Bos has DRS. They're going to be side by side into the braking zone for Stowe. Can he hang on around the outside? Maybe. He's going to have a run down into the chicane here. Side by side still. Oh, he backs out. But Anthony Serrano has had a really bad exit. Oh, Alaric van der Bos nearly loses the back end. Oh, Anthony Serrano does!
Anthony gone! This has now gone from being Anthony Alaric fighting to Liam and Alaric back at it again.
Still Troy Banks in there as well. It's just all of them have just closed up with that compromised line from Anthony Serrano meant that he couldn't get the power down as quick as he wanted, and he was just trying to get it down as fast as he could, and the rear tyres just said no. He had a massive rear end going one way, a massive swapper, rear end throws him straight the other way and into the wall. That is very unlucky.
I think we're potentially going to be seeing a similar battle between Liam and Troy here.
And it is the last lap, just to point out as well.
So it's going to all be down to these DRS moves. See how well these tyres can stick on the corners.
It's so close. So tense. Troy Banks is going to be looking right at Liam here if he can get a good run, but Liam probably going to have DRS as well. Oh, they're so close. They're going to be side by side to Stowe again. Troy Banks just ahead. You're going to try and take that speed around the outside. He manages to make the move stick, but Liam looks like he's going to be trying to go back up the inside here into the chicane. He's ahead. Yeah, he makes it work. Great move to keep that, to kind of swap back there. And that's going to be it to the end.
Line. That's it.
Yeah.
One thing we didn't mention at all was Benjamin just flying away.
Yeah.
As safety car restart pulled a 6-second gap and dropped it down to 5.
Yeah, we've somehow managed to...
There is was that a 5-second penalty for number 27?
Yeah, that's 5 seconds for 27, 5 seconds for 88.
He may potentially keep that position from the gap between himself and Tyler. Number 8 also had a penalty, so that was Troy and potentially Stefan as well.
We are seeing car number 37 and Benjamin Size miles ahead of everybody else right now. Just past the last few corners until he crosses the checkered line for the win. Everybody,
you can see that John Petterun's tyre difference there. He's closed right up to the back of Oyvind there.
Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough this time.
Yeah, he's going to be about half a second over the line. One more lap. He was just wanting one more lap. And there it is across the line. So it's Benjamin Seiss in first after that safety car restart. No one looked like he was getting close to him. Massive battles all the way down the field. We didn't really pay much attention to him, but yeah, it's...
I don't think we needed to pay much attention. He just flew away on his own.
Yeah. That was a fantastic race that we managed to jump into there.
That was pretty insane. The moment you guys got here, it all started happening.
Yeah.
It was fairly clean until those couple little contacts. I'd have to see what happened under the safety car myself before I can comment on it, but it's unfortunate to see contact under the safety car.
Yeah, I think we may have seen a possibly a penalty there as well that just came through.
Car number 16.
10 seconds for Liam.
10 seconds for Liam.
That will drop him all the way down to P10 potentially. That's further than that. I can't do math.
Well, and here we have our not final standings, but the standings for this race, which the penalties will be applied afterwards and uploaded to their usual place on the website. So, preliminarily, that was a very difficult word to say, we have Benjamin Cease in P1, Oyvind Haugland P2, John Peter Rund in P3, Juanto Aval in P4, Tyler Nelson P5, Alaric van der Bos in P6, Liam Kerr in P7, Troy Banks in P8, Stefan Hommen in P9, Hans Schlogel P10, Paulo Lopez in P11, Anthony Serrano in P12, and got Khan Nguyen in P13. The safety car Actually came P14 this time in front of James Dawson, who got the P15, but he will be P14 on the official standings.
Some very, very, very close racing throughout the whole field. It's very well done from all of the drivers there. It's unfortunate to see these little contacts, but it does happen. Probably going to see some incident reports for netcode damages and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the penalties, and it's 5 seconds for Joan Toro Valley, which won't move him back at all. 5 seconds for Paul Lopez. I think he's also fine. I think everyone behind him was racing a lap down.
That's right.
And then the 10 seconds for Liam Kerr, which will drop him back all the way to 10th, I think.
Yeah, P10. That's right.
Yeah, I think that's that's the gutting one, I think, for him. I think he's been a bit unlucky there, especially with the net code kind of later on. I think that was just so unlucky. We thought we were going to get even more great racing, and iRacing decided against it. But yeah, just brilliant race all around. Yeah,
absolutely.
We all know how the iRacing grass works as well. Once you get on it, you're not getting off with these slick tires. It makes it even harder for Liam.
Yeah, we had a couple of incidents with that. I think it was. I think I was what Joan Toro Valley got his 5 second for when they again down around Brooklands made the dive up the inside, made contact, and both of them going over the grass. But especially Jean Pesserun basically cutting out half of Lovefield before making it just about back onto the track, but eventually made it past with. All of his car intact.
So joining us right now, we have Benjamin Cease, who took the P1 spot, and also Oyvind Haugland, who took the P2 spot with us. Let's go to Haugland first. How was that for you?
It was very interesting.
It was certainly interesting to watch.
I had so much fun in the beginning. I lost like 4 places. We were like 3 wide and crazy. So that was some cool racing with Benjamin and Jon Petter. That was really, really fun. But other than that, after they overtook me, I just realized that there's nothing more to do here. And I saw that the guys, when I was in 5th, I saw the guys in front of me that were quite enthusiastic. So I was like, I'm just going to stay back a little bit here, I think, and see if there's anything to pick up later.
Yeah, well, it clearly worked out quite well for you then. I'm going to ask my usual question. We're going to keep it short tonight. Next week, we're going down to Gilles Villeneuve in Canada. How do you feel about that one?
Was that to me?
Yeah, that was to you. How do you feel about going to Gilles Villeneuve next week? Is that a good track for you?
It's so fun to race there. You're so close to the wall the whole time, so yeah, I'm quite excited. I'm not sure if it's my strongest track, but I sure have a lot of fun when I race around there. So, but there might be some incidents, and there's some walls that sneaking up on you. So I think it's gonna be fun. I need to catch up with Benjamin.
I was about to say, you're going to try and get as close to the wall of champions as you dare, or are you just going to be kind of playing it a bit cool, or? What's the tactic there?
You have to go all in. Benjamin it's going so fast. You have to go all in.
Have to go all in. Good. Great to hear. Great to hear.
Okay, and we also have Benjamin with us, who got the P1 spot today. How was the race for you? We saw that your start was rather good, actually, I believe.
Yeah, I have to agree with Oyvind there. The start, or like the first 5 laps of the race, were absolutely fun. I enjoyed it a lot. We went 3 wide on some corners. I made some amazing overtakes, I felt like, and yeah, I managed to get P1 after like 5-6 laps. Then yeah, I just drove my race. Jon Petter was behind me until we swapped tires, and then like Monza, I had really bad luck when I swapped my tires, because a lap right after the safety car came in, or rather came out. But that didn't stop me from winning the race, I guess. Yeah, I just drove my laps from there, and yeah, I got a gap to the people behind, and yeah, that's about my race.
Amazing, yeah. Well, it was really, really, really great to watch on the stream. And I'm going to give you the same question that I just gave to Oyvind there. I'm going to say, we're going to Gilles Villeneuve next week. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, well, Oyvind's saying he's expecting me to be quick there too, but I myself, I'm not too sure. I don't know about the track. It's not a track I particularly like. I'll have to see what my pace is there, but I don't think I'm going to expect an easy win. I guess there. That's not for sure.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, well, congratulations to the both of you for getting the podium positions there of P1 and P2 respectively. And thank you to all our viewers for watching us today, and again, all the drivers as well for joining. Tomorrow we've got our F3 and F4 races, which will be streamed at the same time. That's 4 races in one night, 2 in each category. And then on Friday we have the continuation of our GT3 League. I want to say a massive thank you to the commentators that joined me today, as I know I was by myself for a little bit at the beginning there. So thank you very much to Ramsey and Scott.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you. It was a great race to commentate over.
Anytime. And yeah, thank you again to all of our viewers, and we will totally see you next time.
My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.